Alright everyone, we're introducing the video on this biggest controversial person you could ever imagine. Alright, so we got a total of 40 votes, and that indicates that 100% is for yes and 0% for no. And Dekken, if you're watching this, fuck off. If you want to hear more about Dekken, you should watch Winter and Chronic's videos. I'll put those videos into the description so you can learn more about Dekken. Now, without further ado, let's get this started, shall we? I guess this has been a while since I made that Kenny Animate video, and I'm gonna remake it because most people voted for yes. Oh my god, we have a lot to explain and why he's the most worst controversial person and why he isn't the person that you should support. Because first of all, we got all tons of evidence that you all should witness that Felino isn't the person that you should support, as I said. So are we all ready? Because oh my god, I have to explain more about this because Felino has done more bullshit, so what do you expect? And for those who think how I first met Felino, well, I've known him since 2019 when he used to be a chill animator at the time that he didn't cause drama and shit. And as for his content, well, his content seemed decent until it turned out to be that his content started to become bullshit, stupid, idiotic, and garbage because this is where Kenny started to cause drama in 2023. So Chronic made a video where Kenny betrayed us all, which is absolutely true. He did betray us and backstab us. And when he did that, we were immediately about to expose him because, first of all, he is one of the most controversial person you could ever imagine. And second, he doesn't learn from his mistakes. And let's not forget, Dekken mentioned that he hates the school shooter, goes by the name of Audrey Hill, but rather respect the pronouns. How fucking ironic, right? Keep in mind, Audrey Hill killed 6 lives. That includes 3 kids and 3 adults. Hating on school shooters, but rather respect the pronouns, huh? Like bro, respecting the school's pronouns, then hating on the school shooter, like, oh my god. Keep in mind that I am not transphobic. And not to mention that he would justify his argument by saying that literal cheese pizza scenes and Go Anime videos were okay in those type of platforms. And keep in mind that Kenny would hate on pedophilia, but he'd rather be okay with Caillou's wiener being cut off. And the video that's called Caillou's Ultimate Punishment Day was made by PaperLuigi99. As I said in 2023, Kenny would say that fictional CP isn't real and it's okay to make fictional CP animations. Look, even if fictional CP isn't real, it's still disgusting regardless. I remember by the time that he made that video to excuse his stupid argument by saying that Chronic is in the wrong and Kenny is in the right, when clearly we all know the fact that Chronic is in the right and Kenny is in the wrong. Kenny would support a person goes by the name of Sean Sullivan, the person who made a rape threat against one of my OG buddies, good old Winter. Keep in mind that Sean Sullivan's still a dead topic. But still, and by the fact that Kenny would say that pedophilia is a so-called quote-unquote disorder, when clearly it's not. It's fucking not. And let's not forget that Google made a bullshit claim saying that pedophilia is a disorder when clearly it isn't a disorder. Besides, there's a difference between pedophilia and disorder, because if you think that pedophilia is a disorder, well, think twice. You're wrong. And this is where Dekken started to use his manipulation against us. For example, he manipulated the KR and the AIS to make peace with him because he thought that he might be a good person when clearly he's still a bad person to this day. Even if you think you're gonna change for the better, it won't excuse you. Sorry to say this, Red Ball, but #1 didn't age so well because he did manipulate you and your clan to make peace with him back in August 2023. Even after I told Matthew that Felino will ruin the peace because, like, he is gonna ruin the peace regardless, and doesn't know how to keep his word up. Now I'm honestly glad that the Karen AIS betrayed Felino because he did ruin the peace for not keeping his word up back in February 20th this year. For those who I'm just calling Kenny, Felino, or Dekken, I can call him whatever I want because I just feel like it. Back at the time that I listened to Bobo's advice, Felino would straight up to me saying, "Oh my god, stop listening to AIS or KR, stop listening to them, when I have all rights to listen to them." So I'm now the person who's part of the ZSG. And let's not forget that Felino also groomed one of my good buddies crazy by saying all about the furry identity, just like how he did to Octavia and Harsh Dino Plays. I did see Red Bull's part, so keep in mind. Now that the LBE started to confront me back in late March this year, which I'm gonna show all tons of screenshots that were taken by me. You see that the reason why they are trolling me is because, first of all, they're complete losers. Second of all, they're too weak to cancel me because I'm honestly the person that can redeem myself and improve my behavior so I won't cause shit to my friends or do shit to them ever again. That was the time before one of Felino's friends has betrayed him. He falsely accuses us of being pedophiles. Because wanna know why? Here. Whenever we say the N-word or we just cut this guy off, he goes mentally insane and say, "Oh my god, that person is a pedophile, all those people are pedophiles, cancel them now, Like bro, how the fuck are we pedophiles? Do we have sexual attractions to children? Fuck no! And by the fact that he's obsessed with the LGBTQ by saying this, LGBTQ rocks, when clearly, as much as I don't know much about the LGBTQ. I mean, I do know what it is, but I just don't know too much about it. Do you all remember by the time that I used to be bisexual? Well, to be honest, I was in the LGBTQ, but not anymore because my real sexuality was, and always is, and always will, heterosexual, aka straight. Not just pedophiles, also zoophiles, creeps, predators, Nazis, etc. And to be honest, I actually have a fun fact. I don't regret sending death threats to Felino now, because honestly, he does deserve to die for all I fucking care. And by the fact that Felino was complaining about being cancelled for unnecessary reason, he has unnecessary backlash he totally deserves because of his shenanigans. But hey, who cares? Who cares if Felino is getting cancelled now? And speaking of the LBE using me as their shield to dox innocent people, well, here's more to it. I told Rebel all about this and he said that he was aware that his face got doxed by me because I was being used by them. But one thing that failed to dox someone, which is Matthew, it failed miserably. It was some random kid, to be honest, so here, take a look. And Felino, if you're seeing this, haha, joke's on you. Nice try. Why did you think you were that stupid to ask me for Matthew's face? Huh? You were that so stupid to think that this is literally Matthew's face, when clearly it's some random kid. So I told Rebel all about this, and he told me that when did you, Felino on the other hand, decided to dox Red Ball and his clan along with the AIS and Matthew himself. And when Felino tried to dox Kara and AIS, I can clearly see Red Ball, Xenox, Chronic, Crazy, me, and several other people's IP addresses, home addresses, phone numbers, date of births, etc. Honestly, it sucks that we're doxed by Felino and his gang. And Felino, if you're seeing this, fuck off, get a life, leave the internet, never ever come back at all, and make it permanent because we're sick and tired of your fucking bullshit. And you say that I'm a traitor, well, you're the fucking traitor yourself. You ruined the peace for all of us, You ruin everything. You ruin so many lives. You never say bullshit. And you never ever help anyone at all. Instead of owning up to what you're guilty of in 4, you decided to play the victim card, the tough card, etc. I know I said etc. lots of times, but still. Like Felino, just make a departure from the internet and make it look real and make it permanent. Alright, so that's all for today's video. If I miss anything else, let me know in the comments or contact me on Discord so I can learn more about Dekken and his stupid gang. But look at the bright side. Me, Red Bull, Matthew, Chronic, Octavia, Harsh, Kelly, Benji, and so many other people are recovering from all the stuff that Felino has put us through, and we can totally team up together so that we can take this guy off the fucking internet. So yeah, and I also want to say that I do feel bad for the victims that were victimized by Felino and his gang. I hope you all, including me, will recover from all of this. We don't deserve it at all. Alright, that's it for today's video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any content like these. So anyways, see y'all later.